everyone, this is a full body workout. All I'm going to have is my Pilates pillow. If you don't have a pillow, totally fine. Just do keep the headrest up or whatever variation you like. We're going to start with the foot bar all the way up in the top position. We're going to start with some footwork to warm up the legs. I have on 2 red springs and a blue. So that would be 2 heavy springs and a medium spring. If you want to go heavier, you could do 3 reds, or lighter, you could do 2 reds. We're going to lay down on our back to start. We're going to start in first position. So toes are apart, heels are going to be together. A slight V with those knees, and you want to keep that little space between your lower back and the reformer. Relax the shoulders, take an inhale, exhale, press it all the way out, zipping up through those inner thighs, and then controlling it down. Make sure those heels are squeezed together and keep those heels lifted. Lengthen long through those legs and then resist it down slow. The key is to go slow so you're using those muscles and not letting the springs do the work. Three more here. Last one, press it all the way out. You're going to come in halfway, hold it. Now little pulses in the center. 10, slow and control. 9, keep breathing. 3, 2, 1, press it all the way out long, straighten those legs. You're going to separate those feet, or the heels, so now we're in parallel. Keep those heels lifted, bend the knees all the way in, and exhale, press out. So parallel feet, heels are high, you're pressing through the balls of your toes. Make sure you're pressing through all 10 toes evenly, that you're not rolling out on the pinkies or in on the big toes. Exhale on the way out. Inhale as you come in. 4 more. Last one, you're going to press it all the way out. Come in halfway, heels are high. Now pulse it up 2 inches, down 2 inches. 10. Feel those quads. Last 3, 2, 1. Press it all the way out. Keep those legs straight. Drop the heels below the foot bar, getting a little calf stretch. And then we're going to lift those heels high. So working the calves now. So drop the heels low, stretch of the calves, heels high, we're working them. Also working through those ankle joints. Just keep going here. Again, try to press through those big toes so you're not rolling out on the pinkies. Four more. Hold those heels high. Now drop the right heel below the foot bar and bend the left knee slightly. So most of the weight is pushing into this right calf. You should feel a good stretch. Then lift both heels high, meeting at the top. Now bend the right knee, pressing the left heel below the foot bar. Getting a stretch through that left calf. Then both heels meet at the top, and then drop the right heel. Both legs straighten, drop the left heel. Now we're going to pick up the pace. So just make sure you meet at the top first. So drop a heel, lift up. Drop a heel, lift. Keep going. Try to stabilize the hips and pelvis. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, lift both heels high, and then come all the way in. Drop down to your heels, so feet are hip distance apart. Arms are long by your side. Again, keep that space between your lower back and the reformer. Inhale, and then exhale, press it all the way out, flexing those toes up to the ceiling. Control it down. Make sure those knees stay hip distance apart, so they're in line with the heels and the sit bones. Three more. Last one, we're going to press it all the way out. You're going to come in halfway, hold it. Now pulse it up 2 inches down. Slow, 10. 9, feel those quads. Slower you go, the more you'll feel those muscles. Last 3, 2, 1. Press the carriage all the way out, and then come all the way in. We're going to drop the feet wide to second position. So heels are wide on the foot bar. You're going to have a slight turn out of the legs. So don't drop them wider than the former. Just slight turn out. Flex those feet. Exhale, press it all the way out, zipping up through those inner thighs, and control it down. Each time you press out, think about squeezing the glutes and the quads. When you press out, try not to press out quick where you're locking the legs. Four more. Last one, press it all the way out. Come back in halfway and hold it. Now pulse it up 2 inches, down 2 inches, slow. Keep pulsing, 3 more. Last one, press it all the way out and come all the way in. We're going to drop down to your toes wide. So keep that second position. Your toes are wide. Keep that turn out. Heels are lifted. Exhale, press it all the way out and then slow on the way in. Try not to let the heels drop. Four more. Last one. We're going to come in halfway, hold it, heels are high, little pulses, 10, 9, go slow. Last 3, 2, 1. Press it all the way out long, straightening those legs, and then bend the knees, come all the way in. Just keep your feet on the center of the foot bar and just do a slight rock side to side with those legs. Keep the shoulder blades down, feeling a nice stretch through the back and hips. And then come back to center. We're going to roll on up and change our springs. We're going to put on one single red spring. So we're going to do some arm series supine. If you want to go lighter, you could do a blue and a white spring, which is a medium and a light spring. But one red spring, one heavy spring should be good. just reach back and hang up your reformer straps so they don't, so it's easy to get into. Make sure the straps aren't crossed. And then roll back down onto your back. So we're going to reach back, grab the reformer straps. Fingertips are long, reaching towards the ceiling, or press the carriage out a little bit. So now my hands are over my shoulders. Now I'm going to imprint my back, pressing my back down into the reformer. Bring both legs into tabletop. Just holding it here. Drop the shoulders down the back. Abs are tight. Now, straight arms, you're going to press down to your hips. Keep that hover, and then slow on the way up, just back to that shoulder position, that starting position. Exhale, press it down. Sucking the belly button in, and then reach those arms up to the ceiling. Try to squeeze those knees together. Each time you press down, suck the belly button in. Four more here. Two more that we're going to add on. So now, if you don't have neck issues, we're going to drop the hands down, lifting the head and chest up. Get the shoulders as high as you can. Fingertips are long. And then lower the head and chest down. If it bothers your neck, then just stick with that first variation, keeping the head down. You're still going to work the abdominals, just lifting the head. Works the upper abs a little bit more. Try to hold that chest at the top for a second if you're lifting. Three more. Last one. Lower all the way down. Now we're going to press the hands down towards your hips. Bring those arms out to the side, circle to a T position, back up to the ceiling, and then press those arms down. Circle out and around. Bring them back up to the ceiling, but only shoulder distance apart. Hands don't have to touch at the top. Once you get the motion, then try to let it flow. Keep pressing the back down into the reformer. Three more here, abs in. And then reverse directions. Bring those arms up to the ceiling. Bring them out to a T position. Bring those hands down towards your hips. And then back up. Out to a T. Palms face your thighs as you bring it down. And then rotate the wrists back up. Out to the side. Pull it down. Up. Keep going here. Try to go a little bit faster or let it flow. Keep pulling the belly button in. Four more. Last two. Last one. Bring those arms up to the ceiling. Last thing here, press those arms down. You can have the elbows rest on the reformer if you want, a little bit harder to a hover. Bend the elbows and then press it all the way out. So you're just kind of hinging at the elbow joint. Get that full extension. So you're trying to activate the triceps. Bend and press. You're just bending the elbows to 90 degrees and then you're pressing all the way out. 5 more. Last 2. Last one, bring those arms up to the ceiling and then place your feet on the foot bar. You're gonna hang up that left strap behind you and just rock the legs side to side again, just getting a little stretch in the back and hips. And I'm just still holding onto the right strap because we're gonna use it here in a second. And then come back to center. So now we're gonna push the carriage out with both feet. You're gonna put the right foot into the strap. And then we're gonna reach both legs up to the ceiling for now. We're gonna drop that left leg that doesn't have the strap down towards the foot bar. Don't drop it all the way low. You kind of want it at a 45. Make sure that back is pressed into the reformer. Now we're just gonna drop that right leg down to meet the left and then back up. So just do this for a few. And then we're gonna add on. Okay, so now as the right leg goes down, that left leg is coming up towards the ceiling and then switching. Going slow. If you find that this red spring is a little too heavy, we could drop it down to a blue and a white. Switch. Try to move those legs evenly. Stabilizing the hips. One more. Now bend both legs in. So keeping both legs bent, we're going to reach that left leg out straight now. Now we're going to switch. You're going to press the right leg out as the left leg bends in, and then reach that left leg straight as the right leg bends in. So you're kind of just doing a little push with that right leg. If this gets too complicated, just hold the left leg in tabletop. Think about pressing with that right heel. Trying to imprint that back. Two more here. The last one. Bend both legs in. Now we're going to turn your feet out to a frog position. So heels are apart, or heels are together, toes are apart. We're in a frog. Now we're just going to press both legs out, squeeze those inner thighs, and pull it in. So we're doing frog position, but we're pressing with that right leg more because obviously it has a strap. Let's try to stabilize that core. Three more. Last one. Press it all the way out and come all the way in. Now place that left leg on the foot bar. Just grab the strap with the right and just pull it in for a stretch. Relaxing the back of the leg. Just hold it here for a second. Now holding the rope with the left hand, you can release with the right. Let the leg come over towards the left side of the body a little bit so you'll feel a stretch down the outer right leg. Just breathing there for a second. And then we're going to bring that leg back to center. You're going to grab the rope with the right hand and let the right leg come out to the side a little bit. And actually bend the left knee in so you kind of have some stability and drop the left leg out to the side. So now your legs are in opposite directions, feeling a stretch in that inner right thigh. And come back to center. Take the right foot out. We're going to keep holding onto the right strap. Put your right hand in the strap first, and then your left hand is going to stack on top of it. Press your back into the reformer, imprinting. Bring both legs up into tabletop, but you're going to keep space between the legs. All you're going to do is press the hands between the center of the legs, and then back up shoulder height. Exhaling, press down. Slow, straight elbows. Exhale, pressing down. Three more. Last one. And release it up. So put both feet on the foot bar. You can drop or hang up that right strap. We're going to reach back and grab the left strap. Press the carriage out. You're going to put your left foot into the strap. Reach both legs up to the ceiling. Now we're going to drop that right leg down to a 45. Holding it there, imprint the back. You're just going to lower the left leg to meet the right. Just for 3 of these to get that motion. And 2. 1. Okay, now as the left leg goes down, the right leg is going to come up to the ceiling. And then slow. You're only bringing the leg that's in the strap, the left leg, to 90 degrees. If you're not as flexible, then don't lift it up as high. Try to go slow. Four more. Last one. And release. Bend both legs into tabletop now. Holding it there, we're going to reach that right leg out long. Now we're going to switch. So press the left leg out as you bend the right leg in. And then release, right leg extends. Left leg presses out, right leg comes in. And switch. Again, if it gets too complicated, just keep the right leg in tabletop. Go slow. Two more. Last one. Bend both legs into tabletop. Now turn the toes out. Heels are squeezed together. We're in frog position. Keep the shins lifted. Exhale. Press it all the way out. Zip up through those inner thighs and control it in. You're reaching those legs up to the crease of the ceiling or that 45-degree angle. Trying to stabilize through the hips and pelvis. Three more. Last one. And come all the way in. You're going to place that right foot on the foot bar. Reach the left leg up to the ceiling. Grab the rope and just pull your left foot or pull on the rope, trying to feel a stretch that left calf and hamstring. Exhale, breathe, and pull a little deeper. And then we're going to drop that left leg slightly over to the right side. So you feel a little stretch down the left side of the body. and then bring that leg back to center. Grab the rope with the left hand and then bend that right knee in slightly. Drop the right leg out to the side and then drop that left leg to the opposite side. So now you should feel a stretch in that left inner thigh. Try to keep that right hip down. And exhale, just breathe into that stretch. And then bring that leg back to center. You're going to take your left foot out of that rope. Now we're going to put the left hand into the strap. And then you're going to stack the right hand on top. Press that back down, imprint. Bring the legs into tabletop and then separate them. Straight elbows. Press those hands down through the center of the legs. And then back up shoulder height. Exhaling as you press. Five more here. Two more. Last one. And release. Put those feet on the foot bar. Hang up that left strap. Just bring your knees into your chest. Little rock side to side. Massaging out that little lower back. All right, we're going to roll on up. I'm going to put my headrest and head pillow all the way down. So it is flat. And then we're going to change our springs. I'm going to put on one blue, one white spring, which is a medium and a light spring. If you want to go lighter, do one single blue spring, one medium spring. Heavier would be one red, one heavy. So we're going to sit. You're going to put your feet through the shoulder rests. You can also cross the legs if you want, or bring your feet to the outside. I'm just going to cross my feet and reach down and grab onto your reformer strap. So you want about like fingertips behind you. So sitting up tall through that spine, fingertips are long towards the floor. You're going to press the hands back past the hips, chest tall, and then resist it forward just slightly in front of the hips, about to the not all the way to the knees though. Opening up the chest and shoulders, and then slow as you come forward. Make sure those elbows are straight. If they are not, then drop it down to a lighter spring. Abs are engaged. Three more. Last one, hold it back here. 5 seconds, straight arms, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release it forward. Turn the palms up to the ceiling. I'm going to sit up tall for this, bicep curls. Bring those elbows or the palms towards the side of your temples and then all the way out. So I'm sitting up tall. You're not leaning the shoulders back. If you want, you can do the C curve, but stay in the C curve the whole time. Full extension with those elbows. Go slow. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. So you're not lifting those elbows. You're just hinging at the elbow joint. Three more here. Last one. Just hold it. Isometric hold. 10 seconds. 9, 8. Squeeze those biceps. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it all the way out. We're going to cross the straps. And I'm going to put my hands through the straps and grab up higher onto the ropes to the buckle. So chest is tall. You're going to bend those elbows narrow. So doing a row, double arm row. So elbows are glued by your ribs, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then all the way out with those arms, full extension. Go slow, squeezing those shoulder blades together. And then full extension. So this is a great posture exercise, strengthening the upper back and pulling the shoulders back. Three more. Last one. Hold it back there, hold that squeeze. 10 seconds, drop the shoulders away. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to release it all the way out. Now we're going to do alternating single arm row. So both arms start straight. All we're going to do is only pull this right elbow. So bend it back, the left arm stays straight. Release that right arm all the way out. Now left arm pulls, reach it back, keep that elbow narrow, and then all the way forward. So we're just alternating between the two, single arm row, full extension. All the way out. Keep that elbow narrow as you pull back. We're going to do 6 more. Last one. Release both arms all the way out. One more thing here. We're going to pull the elbows high and wide. So arms start straight. You're going to bend the elbows wide to the outside. The hands come to the outside of your chest. And then release those arms all the way forward. So now this is a wide row. So elbows are wide, hands to the outside of the chest, and then all the way forward. So again, sitting up tall through that spine. You're not leaning back. Hold that squeeze, the shoulders and upper back, and full extension. Exhale, pull. Two more. Last one. Hold it back here. Hold that squeeze. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. We can drop the straps down into the well for now. We're going to stand on up. I'm going to keep on the blue and the white spring, which is my medium and light spring. If you want to go lighter, one single blue spring. If you want to go heavier, one red spring. I'm going to bring my foot bar down 2 notches. So it's not flush with the wooden platform. It's lifted up a little bit higher because we're going to use this for a little bit of balance. So standing up, you're going to come to the front of your reformer. We're going to keep the right foot on the floor in the center, and then we're going to bring that left foot up on to the front edge of the reformer. So since this is up, you're going to just bend that right knee and stick your bottom out behind you. So your hands are using the foot bar just for balance. So sticking your bottom out, all you're going to do is press that left leg out and then bend that carriage in. Full extension, squeeze, and then resist. So again, if you need to go lighter, just take off that white spring so you have one blue. So you're keeping the torso still. All you're doing is pressing that left leg, resisting it in. Full extension. Again, you don't have to even hold on to the foot bar. You can keep that chest tall if you want. Trying to squeeze that outer left glute, and then you're isometrically working this right leg. Full extension and pull in. Let's do 5 more. Two. Last one. You're going to bend this left leg halfway and hold it. Now little pulses up. Try to release that bar if you can. 2. Pulsing with that right leg. 3. Little bend. 4. It doesn't have to be much. 5. 6. Make sure you're sticking your bottom out. 7. 8. 9. 10. Hold it low. 10 seconds. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Stand all the way up. Carefully step onto the floor. Now we're going to drop it down to 1 single blue spring. So take off that white, 1 blue, 1 medium spring. So the right leg was on the floor before, the right leg stays on the floor. If you need more balance, then just bring your quad closer to the foot bar. We're going to bring the left toe, again, to the front edge of the reformer. Standing up tall, you're just going to press the carriage out and then bend it in. So just a lot of balance and core stability. So if you need extra balance, just let this right quad rest against the foot bar. Try to go slow since the carriage is kind of a little bit lighter. Resist it in. Getting the full extension of the left leg. More here. The last one. And pull the carriage all the way in. Now just place your hands on the foot bar. Just try to straighten out that left leg and then just bend the chest forward. So you feel a little stretch down the back of the leg. You can also reach forward if you want. Just breathe into that stretch. You can try to flex that left foot, get into the calf a little bit more, or just lean the chest forward and stretch the back of the leg. And then come all the way in. Carefully take that left foot off. We're going to add that white spring back on. So now we have that blue and the white spring, medium and light. I'm going to face the back. Left foot is on the floor. Right foot is up against the front edge of the reformer. Hands go on the foot bar, bending that left knee, sticking your bottom out. Just press the right leg all the way out, squeezing that right glute, pulling it in slow. Torso stays still. The only thing that is moving is pressing through that right leg. Getting that full extension. Again, if you don't want to hold on to the foot bar, you can put your hands on your hips. Five more here. Last one. Press it all the way out. Come in halfway. Now little pulses up with this left leg. 10. Slow, 9, make sure you're sticking your butt out. 8, little bend and press. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it low, 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stand all the way up. So carefully come in, step onto the floor. Change your springs. 1 blue spring, 1 medium spring. Left foot is on the floor. Right toe goes up to the front edge of the reformer. Chest is tall, get that balance. Press the carriage out with that right leg. And then bend it in. You're pressing through the ball of your toe. If you need that extra balance, then rest that left quad up against the foot bar. Resist the carriage in. Focusing on balance of that left leg. Five more. Last one. And come all the way in. Now place the hands on the foot bar. Straighten that right leg out. And then try to lean that chest forward till you feel a little stretch down that right calf and hamstring. Whatever feels good for you. And then bring that leg all the way in. Stand up, carefully bring your foot off. Standing in front of the machine, feet hip distance apart, you're going to roll down chin to your chest and then have the hands come to the front edge of the reformer. Bending the knees slightly, keeping those arms straight. You're going to exhale, press the carriage out, lifting that tailbone up to the ceiling, stretching through those shoulders and back, maybe a little bit of the hamstrings. And then you're going to exhale, look at your belly or look at your thighs, rounding the carriage in, feeling a stretch through each vertebrae into the stopper. And then exhale, pressing the carriage out, lengthening through that spine, lifting that tailbone up to the ceiling, stretching through those shoulders. Make sure you have weight in the heels, that you're not leaning forward and lifting off of the heels. And then exhale, scoop the belly button in, rounding up through that spine. Pressing out, lifting that tailbone up. Rounding that spine to pull in. Few more here. Exhale, press out and lengthen. Scoop the belly up and in. Press out. And lift one more time. And then pull it all the way and go slow. All the way until it hits the stopper. And then you're going to slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Chin comes up last, opening up through those shoulders. We're going to bring the foot bar all the way up. And then we're going to reach and grab up or hang up your reformer straps for a second. Facing forward, I'm still on 1 single blue spring, 1 medium spring. I'm going to sit cross-legged. You want to scoot away a little bit from the shoulder rest so you're not leaning back into it. Reach back and grab onto your straps. We're going to start with those arms wide out to the side, like hug a tree or chest fly. So you want to be able to see your hands in your peripheral vision. Lean that chest forward. Bring those hands together. Slight bend in the elbows, and then back out to the side where you can still see those hands. Exhale, pull. Squeeze that chest, and then resist open. You want that slight lean forward with the chest, so the cables aren't pulling you back. Make sure you're dropping the shoulders away from the ears. 3 more. Last one. And then bend those elbows in. Turn the palms up to the ceiling. Keep those elbows bent by your side for now. Keep that lean forward, abs are tight. Just press those arms out a little higher than shoulder height. And then bend those elbows back in. Press those arms out, stretch, and then bend back. Keep dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Five more. Last one. And bend those elbows all the way in. Now I'm going to take my hands out and just put the thumbs into the straps. Now your elbows are going to be wide like a goalpost. Your palms are facing the floor. And then we're going to do a chest press. So press those arms out, shoulder distance apart, maybe a little bit closer, and then bend those elbows back in, back to 90 degrees. Press those arms out, keep that chest lean forward, and then bend those elbows back. Slow as you go back, 5 more. Last one. And release. You're going to drop the straps down into the well. We're going to put a white spring back on. So now we have a blue and a white, a medium and a light spring. If you need a little bit more support for the abs, then do a red spring. If you want less support, do 1 blue. You're going to come up, foot bars all the way up. You're going to come up. You're going to start with your feet flat first. Arms are straight. You're going to press the carriage back. So now there's one long line between your head and your hands. All you're going to do, legs are straight, just press the carriage back a few inches and then pull it in. So go back just a few and then exhale, pull, use those abs to pull. So it's a little bit of a stretch and a little bit of core. You have to focus on the core though. Little back and exhale, pull in. Five more like this. Last one. Now we're going to lift those heels high. So they're up against the shoulder rest. Same starting position. Head is in line with the arms. You're going to press the carriage back a little bit and exhale, pull in. So now you have to use the abdominals just a little bit more. And exhale, scoop, 2. So the shoulders are staying still. The only thing that is moving is slightly the lower body, 4. Slow, and exhale, scoop up and in, 5. 6. 7. 3 more. 8. 9. 1 more. And 10. Pull it in and then drop down to your knees. Keep those hands on the foot bar. You're going to go into a modified push-up position. So you're pressing those hips forward. So squeeze your bottom, abs are tight. Now you're just hinging at the shoulder joint. So pressing the carriage back, abs are in. You're going as far as you can without arching the back. And then you're going to pull that carriage in slow. Take like 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then press it back. So if you feel like this is too easy on the core, then make it lighter, take off a spring. So then you'd have one blue spring, slow. So the lighter the spring for this exercise, the harder it is. Make sure those abs are tight. The slower you go, the more you'll feel those abs. A little bit of those lats and triceps. And slowly pull. Do 3 more. Last one. Slowly pull all the way in. Just sit back, roll out those wrists for a second. We're just gonna finish with a 10-second plank hold. If you don't like planks, you can just do that modified, what we just did. So coming back up, your heels are lifted, toes up against the shoulder rest. You're gonna press out to a plank, shoulders are in line with the wrist. Squeeze your bottom, drop the shoulders down the back, and just hold belly button to the spine, 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the carriage in, drop down to your knees. Now we're gonna finish with single thigh stretch. So left foot is on the floor in line with the base of the foot bar. Right foot is up against the shoulder rest. You're gonna bend that left knee, lifting the chest up, and you wanna try to press that right hip flexor forward. So that's where you should be feeling the stretch through the right hip flexor. Exhale, breathe into that stretch. Abs are engaged. And then pull it in slightly, or all the way in. Then we're gonna press it back one more time. See if you can get it sit a little bit deeper. Relax the shoulders, tuck that pelvis. And then come all the way in. Now we're gonna straighten out the left leg. You wanna lift the left toes up to the ceiling, bring the right hip forward, left hip back. Now press the carriage out slightly. And then you're gonna just try to lean that chest forward so you feel a stretch on the back of the left leg. And then pull the carriage all the way in. We're gonna switch over to the other side. So right foot is on the floor in line with the base of the foot bar. Left foot up against the shoulder rest. Bend that right knee, tuck that pelvis under. Press that left hip flexor forward. Breathing into that stretch. And then come all the way in, taking a little break. Exhale, press back, tuck the pelvis under, press that left hip flexor forward. And then come all the way in. Straightening out the right leg, lift the right toes up to the ceiling, bring the left hip forward, right hip back. Lean that chest forward till you feel a stretch in that right calf and hamstring. And then come all the way in. And that is the end of our workout. I hope you guys had a great one, and I will see you guys at the next one.